Hello and welcome to the Insta Profit Lab. I am your instructor for the evening. My name is Shannon, and we are going to talk about creating your first digital product. So, if you have stumbled across this video, it must be because you are interested or you keep seeing all of this talk over the last few years about the digital products industry. That's right. And I just wanted to drop a few facts right now. I'm not sure if you know that the digital products industry has a valuation in 2025 of $74 billion. Dollars. That's right, billion with a B. And I don't know what you think about that or how that resonates with you or what it is that has stopped you from creating your own digital marketing agency where you are creating and selling in your own niche your own products. Better yet, you can sell done for you products, like do it yourself DIY. So the same thing, you can purchase PLR MRR products and resell them and keep 100% of the profits. I also want to throw this number out. We're going to come back to it at the end of this training, and I'm not going to hold you long, but get your pen and your paper or however you track your notes and lock in. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. Make sure you share it with somebody that you know is interested in doing this work. I want to mention to you that this market is projected to reach 10.32 trillion with a T dollars, $10.32 trillion by 2028. So, what are we waiting for? What are you waiting for? This is your opportunity with me in the Insta Profit Lab to start living the life, living the dream, making a passive income. You may love what you do for a living. You may love it, but you might be desiring to do more. You might be desiring, like me, the whole reason I started my business is to give more. I don't need another material item in my life. But if I can give to others and serve others and do more, then I am winning in this life. And of course, I want to have a cushy retirement and I want to make sure that I have no debt, all of those things, right? But at the end of the day, it's to be able to pick up this laptop, get on an airplane, get in the car with my family, go visit people, friends, family, visit another country, whatever it is, and not have to worry about punching the clock. But if that is something you like to do, you love what you do, you could be a doctor, you could be a lawyer, you could be an engineer, you could be one of the most valued professions in the world, a school teacher. But guess what? Why not go to sleep and have money coming in your sleep that you created one time, added value, picked a niche that you were interested in, that you knew had a high conversion rate using social media? Why not do it? What is holding you back? It actually costs you absolutely nothing to start. And I'm going to show you how. So let's dive into our course today. And it is called Creating Your First Digital Product. That's it. We are just going to talk about, I'm going to minimize myself because you guys don't need to see me, but what you need to see is what I have to say about creating your first digital product. So let's dive in. Creating your first digital product can feel overwhelming, but this simple guide that I have for you makes it simple. Follow each step to plan, build, and launch with confidence. That's all we're going to talk about. That's all we're going to talk about in this course. I don't want you to be afraid. I don't want you to have any anxiety. I just want you to focus on how you're going to create that very first product and then how you're going to sell it. So, first, we're going to talk about research and idea validation, plan and structure your product, how to do that, creating the actual product, refining and finalizing that product so it's ready to sell, and then you're going to launch the product. And then I've got some bonus tips that I'm going to talk to you guys about. And don't worry, I'll try to slow down. And I like to use notes, but I'll interject wherever I feel necessary. I need to. And please make sure you're asking questions in the comments. Please make sure you do that. So if there's something that I didn't cover, I can see it in the comments, my team can see it, and that we can address it and make sure that you have all the tools that you need to be successful in this digital space. Research and idea validation. Before creating anything, you need to make sure your idea is something people actually want, like a digital product business, like a digital marketing agency. And I say that because if you're watching this video, that's something you're interested in. And I get questions from people all the time. I don't know where to start. I don't know graphics. That means this is a niche that people are interested in and they want to know about it more and more, even though it's been around for a while. So, in this section, it helps you get clarity on your audience, explore their needs, and confirm that your product idea solves a real problem. Doing this groundwork will save you time and help ensure that your product sells. So, let's get into it. Number one, who is your customer? Who's your audience? Who, type in the chat if you already know the type of niche, or you have an idea of a niche or a niche that you desire to be in. If you already know your niche, I want you to tell me in the comments who your audience is before you tell me your actual niche. Who is your audience? Okay. And then I want you to help pick a product that's going to actually help your audience, right? Who's your audience and how are you going to help them? And I want you to write it down and be very clear on who your audience is. What is the profile of your audience? For me, my ideal audience is someone who wants to make money, extra money, someone who isn't afraid of trying new things. It's likely someone over 30, even someone is far up into their retirement ages, which can be all different ages, 45, 55, 65, whatever. Someone that has enough desire to want to solve a problem that people actually have, whether it's in finance, health and fitness, whether it's being a better parent to your child, any of those types of things, or just even starting your own business. So I know that my audience member, and it's my audience member is likely a woman. My audience member is or person or customer is likely someone who sort of has that entrepreneurial hustle instinct in them, but it's just kind of buried because they're so used to a regular routine. And they probably didn't grow up with other entrepreneurs in their family. And they were told, get that good corporate job, get that good government job, and you stay there for 30, 40 years. That's my ideal customer. Then I want you to validate the ideas that you have. And the way that you're going to start validating the ideas that you have, and obviously my customer is already on social media. That's for me. But if you're not even on social media outside of looking at this on YouTube or wherever you found the video, that's something that you have to really think about if you're willing to use social media. We're not even going to talk about showing your face or any of that. We're just going to talk about understanding how to look at your statistics, understanding once you create your digital product to understand if the right people see your social media, see your ads to want to purchase them. So one way that you can do this is by using polls and surveys or social media questions to discover what we call pain points. Like, what is it that you need help with? What's your pain? Like, what are you struggling with? Like, if you're someone who struggles with budgeting and maintaining a certain amount of money in their bank account, they're always spending more than what they earn. That's a pain point that if you're in the finance industry, then you can help somebody with that pain point. Okay. Also, it's important when you're validating the idea of what it is you want to do, you want to ask what's something you're currently struggling with in blank area, which would be in your niche. So if it's in budgeting or finance, those are the types of questions and polls that you should be asking on social media almost every day because you're going to get a different answer each time. Then I want you to start looking at popular content and products and communicate it in your community, in your niche. Okay. So, a couple of things before we move on. I want you to make sure you understand what a niche is. Which is a very structured, not structured, but we're going to use the umbrella effect to identify our niche. So, the umbrella, right, has a peak at the top and it protects us from the rain. That's what an umbrella is supposed to do. But when there's all the raindrops falling off of the umbrella, those to me are the specialized niches. So if you're in finance, what about finance? Are you somebody that does real estate investment? Are you somebody that helps people fix their credit? Are you somebody that teaches others how to invest and prepare for retirement the smart way or maybe the risky way? Are you a budgeting guru? Are you somebody that actually knows how to negotiate transferring a 401k when you leave one job to go to the next? Or what type of investments should somebody be investing in 20s, their 30s, their 40s, and above, right? So think of the big umbrella, the big area. So if we say health, that's very broad. The niche is I help people lose weight by becoming a vegan. So then you're a vegan specialist. Or I help people through exercise lose weight. Or I help women in menopause get their diets together so that they do not gain weight during that time or help them keep from gaining too much weight. Okay, so now we know what a niche is. We know that we need to identify our audience, identify their pain points, and then we need to validate the idea because they're telling us what it is that they need. And that's going to include researching the market. Study 3 to 5 similar products of what it is that you want to create and look at what's missing. You've downloaded digital products, you've gotten everybody's freebies in a particular niche in a particular area. You should be going back and comparing them to see, well, what's missing? Like if someone does budgets and you downloaded their budget templates and you're like, wait a minute, I need to do this in my budget and this template doesn't have it. Then that's when you create it, right? That's when you say, I'm going to create it. And then read the reviews to find a pain point or unmet need. So people give reviews on different products that they download. So you should be looking, what I like to say, kind of like your competitor stuff or things that you've already downloaded. Go back and look at the reviews of where you got it from. And then I want you to identify your product's unique value and focus on the value of that unique product. If you can do all of this, you can create a digital product, and it can be your own digital product. The second part that we're going to focus on is planning and structuring your product. So once you've validated the idea, it's time to plan out exactly what your product will look like. In this section, you'll decide what kind of product to create. Do you want to do an ebook? Some type of planner, maybe it's a social media planner or scheduler, journaling is still very, very popular, so forth and so on. Maybe it's a way to track your recipes. Maybe you're going to create a guide to help people, what they call track your macros, track your calories. I know we have apps on our phones that track all of that, but sometimes you need to post it up on the mirror or on your door to look at it every day. So think about things that people can print out. They can download them on their computers, look at them as a PDF. So, but think about, remember, the pain point that you're going to solve for your ideal audience member, which is going to become your customer, and how you're going to put it in front of them. Then I want you to outline the key pieces inside of it. That means give people the step-by-step as to how they do whatever that pain point is you're trying to solve for them. The goal is to get organized and build a product with real value. Like I want people to see your product and go, oh, MG, this was genius. Why didn't I think of this? This is why I don't have any money. This is why my kids are fighting all the time. Whatever that niche, whatever it is you're doing, this is why I'm not able to do well in my schooling because I don't know how to study. And this great time block calendar that I'm using now helps me manage my time. So you want people to have those aha moments with your digital products. Okay. All right. Now, and we want people to feel good about what they learned and not overwhelmed. And you want them to walk away feeling like their problem is manageable. You can fix it. You can help them get through it, whatever that is. All right. So you're going to choose your product type. That's going to be the ebook, a journal, a workbook, a simple 1, 2, 3 pager PDF, whatever, however you create it. That's what it's going to be. You're going to identify what it is you're going to create first. And let's just keep it simple. And don't think too big right away. I mean, you want to have big thoughts, big dreams, but you got to think about what can you manage and how can you manage it, right? So you take smaller steps and then you build your way up. Then you're going to define the outcome. What transformation will your product provide? I already mentioned that. Are you going to help the person Figure out why they're always eating chocolate. Figure out why they eat dinner late or they're a snacker, or why is it that they start and stop stuff all the time? Why is it that they don't understand about affirmations? Or if you're someone in the spiritual realm, why is it that this person is not convinced that maybe God is real or something, like whatever it is? So these are the things that you must be able to do, is to define the outcomes. And I want you to try this exercise. Finish the sentence. After using this, my customer will blank. So after, say, this tutorial, my customer will feel empowered that they can create their own digital product to earn passive and additional income into their household. There it is. That's it. That's all I've got to say. So make sure you're repeating that. I want you to try that. I want you to say that over and over again. I actually want you to work on that exercise right now. Write it down, do a couple of sentences, and we're going to come back in just a few seconds and we are going to see how that goes. Okay. So let me know in the comments what your sentence is. After using this blank, my customer will define your outcome. I want you to go through this exercise. It's going to be really, really important. And then I want you to outline your product. The way you're going to do that is you're going to break the product, because remember, you've already done the work. You're going to break this digital product into 3 to 7 key sections or chapters. So I don't know if you remember back in the day, you had to create a outline for something. I call it the big brainstorm bubble, where you put the main topic and then you break out subsections, right? Or chapters, like you're writing a book. That's what I want you to do with this product, this first digital marketing, digital product that you're going to create. Now, this may not be your first time creating it. Maybe you created a digital product, it didn't go anywhere, it didn't sell, you didn't really market it, you were not showing up on social media every day, because that is something you're going to have to do. That is something you're going to have to do till you build up your audience. And then you don't have to show up every day, but you still have to let people know that you're out there and what it is that you do. So I want you to break the product into 3 to 7 key sections or chapters. Then I want you to define the takeaway from each section, right? So, what is the takeaway for each section that the person is going to get out of that page or that chapter or that item bullet point? Okay. Then decide how you want the user to move through the content, right? How do you want them to build it, use it, flow with it, implement it for each section? So if you have 6 sections, and each sections, how do you want them to flow to the next? Like, what should they be able to accomplish after each section? Like for me, we've already in this course identified what it is you need to do first to identify your audience, your product, the outcome of the product, obviously what type of product, and then how does that product also make the person feel when they walk away from using it? And now we're doing the outline of your product. In these 2 sections, that's everything that we're covering. Now, this is not a deep dive, like one-on-one coaching session, but you can book that with me later. I just want to give you larger overview of how you can create your first digital product. That's why I wanted to start with the value of digital products. What did I say? Billions to trillions. So let's keep going. Then you're going to create the product. Now it's time to actually build your digital product. Whether you're writing, designing, or both, this section guides you through creating content that's clear, helpful, and visually easy to use. Focus on solving one big problem your customer has, and you'll have a winning product in no time. I'm telling you. I think we just overcomplicate things sometimes, right? I think we just do. All right. So write in clear, helpful, and friendly tones. This is when you're going to open up ChatGPT or Claude AI. I sometimes prefer Claude for writing, CLAUDE.ai. That is when you are going to use your AI to help you finesse the actual words or content that you're using in your digital product. Keep formatting consistent. That includes the way it looks. Like if you notice, all of my headers have the same font, and I use the same font throughout every page of this particular digital product that we're going through right now. Even the spacing, be mindful whether you're doing single space. You have to just think about when you look at things, how do they make you feel? So I want you to go back to the last 2 to 3 digital products that you've used as a guide in your own life. And aesthetically, how does it look? How does it make you feel when you're reading? Is the font too small, too big? Is it too fancy and it's hard to read it? So think about those types of things when you're creating your first digital product. And then remember, you're going to focus on the one pain point, the one problem your customer has in this first product. Okay. Now we're going to make it visually engaging. You're going to do things like add icons. You're going to do things that are going to make it easy for the person to read. So I'm going to go back. I don't know if you notice on this digital product, I've got a very bright pop of color. My font is quite simple, but the title font kind of catches your eye. Use the gold, made it bigger. And then the font that you see under that is pretty much the same font I use throughout. But almost every page is going to have a photograph that has a connection to the product. Like this person here is sitting at a computer. Maybe they're working on outlining their digital product content. Okay. I did a little fancy font here at the top, but that's okay. I'm still keeping consistent with the fonts. It's still clean, right? It's not jumbled. It's easy to read. Once again, I'm talking about research and idea validation. So I put a little graph, like when you do research, what that data might look like. I still have my computer photograph because to me that resonates with what this actual digital product is about. Here we go. Plan and structure your product. Now here I use someone getting ready to maybe put in their AirPods or take them out because they need to focus, right? They don't need any distractions. They have their phone, they have their laptop, they're ready to work. Okay. And then here we are talking about creating it, making it visually engaging. I didn't use too many bright colors because I don't want the image to distract from what it is that you are getting ready to do. Okay. Now, also, it's okay. You don't have to, if this is not an ebook, you don't have to write long paragraphs, right? They can be bullet points, numbers like I have in this particular product. So you can use headers. You see, I have a header at the top, bullets, short paragraphs to guide your reader. And then this is optional, but adding a supportive tool. So if it's something where we're doing budgeting, after you explain to me how to budget, your next page or 2 pages may be an actual graph or chart where I'm now going to, or a checklist, worksheet as they call it, where I'm going to have to start filling in the information on, say, the different foods that I eat every day or how much money I spend every day if we're doing budgeting. And then think about bonus resources to increase value. So at the end, remember I said we had some bonus things that I'm going to tell you about. You always want to add a little extra. You don't have to give it away in the beginning, but you want to add a little extra for somebody so that one, if it's a video, they stay to the end, or if they actually want to get that PDF digital product, they know that if they purchase it, they're going to get that bonus. And the only way they get the bonus is if they spent money with you. Okay. There's nothing wrong with adding a supportive tool. Like you might do a last page of all the resources and other ways that your other products help them solve their problems, or other resources that you use from somebody else that helped them. All right. Now we're going to refine and finalize. Now, this wasn't a course or video to get you to sit here in Canva with me and design. I got another in-depth Canva course that you can sign up for. And I have a Canva digital product that shows you exactly how to do every single thing you could ever imagine if you're someone who wants to learn how to use Canva. But remember, Canva's already done for you. There's not much to learn. But anyway, let's refine and finalize. Now it's time to polish and make a great product. Make a great product. Isn't just about content. It's also about presentation. It has to be polished. Also, in this section, you'll proofread, format, test your product so it feels professional and easy to use. This step builds trust with your future customers, and it will ensure a smooth user experience. Especially, you want people to feel like it's a premium product. Okay? You definitely want them to feel like it's a premium product. So one of the things you need to do is you want to fix your typos, your grammar issues, chunky sentences. And that's why I love our AI tools like ChatGPT and Claude.ai to help us. And it's okay to ask somebody to proofread what you've written. I always tell people when they create something, walk away from it and come back a few hours later with fresh eyes, rested eyes, and read it again. Double check that it has flow and clarity. Replace generic sections, maybe with more personable, niche specific examples. So if you buy something from somebody else, what we call private label rights, PLR, well, you buy it once and then you can sell it. You just have to change the name in the cover page, right? But if it's not really in your voice, your tone, your personality, or your style, go ahead and edit it to however you want. But just make sure that it's specific to what it is you're teaching or helping somebody with. And then make sure you do a final walkthrough, right? If you're having a big party, you're going to want to know where the cake table is. You're going to want to know where the DJ is. You want to know where every table is going to be, where the check-in, where the parking is. You should be treating your products like that. The big reveal, the big launch, you want it to be perfect. Review it page by page, just like your customer is going to read through your digital product, right? Ensure that it's visually appealing. We already went through that. And it's easy to navigate, right? If needed, test it with 1 to 2 users to give feedback. You can, I don't say ask family and friends, but just offer it to 1 or 2 people and ask them would they do a review and give you feedback. And then export and save the final version. So make sure whenever you're creating a digital product that you want to save it in a high resolution PDF, print ready. Keep a copy in your cloud, never on your desktop. I've made that mistake before. My desktop or my computer went down. And because it wasn't in the cloud, I could not access like 20 different files that I had on my desktop. So if you need to get more storage, even if you have to put it in a Google Doc and create a new Google Doc, Google Drive, do whatever you have to do to secure your products, okay? So that you can find them later if all these computers stop working. Now, it's time to get ready to sell that digital product. We call it the launch day, call it what you want, but now it's time to get ready. Your product is done. Now it's time to prepare for the launch, you guys. Congratulations. It's time. This section walks you through the final steps of writing a product description, creating a simple cover or mock-up, making sure your delivery method is set up correctly. These last pieces are what turn your product into a sellable offer. I know that sounds complex, but it's not. So you're going to, once again, go into ChatGPT, you're going to go into Claude AI, and you're going to highlight. First, you're going to write a product description, but you want to Give the product description to have the actual outcome in it. Highlight what it's going to do for the person who's about to purchase it, right? Here's an example. You can say, perfect for busy moms who want to stay organized, or perfect for busy moms who want to stay healthy, perfect for busy moms with little time, perfect for busy moms on the go, perfect for busy moms who need meditation, whatever that is, right? You want it to be catchy, but you also want to describe what it is. So if it's perfect, or it could be perfect for the busy dad on the go to stay on track with his nutrition. So I know I'm getting something about food, staying on track, staying healthy, and that you've recognized that I'm a busy person. So that to me is important. Create a cover or mock-up. So I showed you my cover page, pretty bold color of woman on her cell phone, because we're in a digital world. I've got my cell phone right here, and most of us do work from our cell phones, right? How often, depending on what you do for a living, are you really sitting in the computer? I'm sitting in the computer because I knew I needed to teach this course, right? But if I wasn't teaching the course, I'd probably be sitting on my cell phone right now. Okay. Then use a tool that will allow you. And what I say by tool, I'm going to tell you to use things from the Profit DigiProfit Lab. You can use it from the InstaProfit Lab. I want you to make sure that you can come into my community and find the different resources that you need. And I'll make sure all those links, as you go into the description below here, all of those resources are there, and you can just sign up and start getting access to those things. Okay. But you want to make sure that you, before you launch, although you've designed your product and you've mapped everything out, you need to make sure that you have everything in place. So how you're going to design it, where you're going to, once you know what you're designing, where you're going to design it, and then where you're going to sell it, how you're going to get your money, so forth and so on, how you're going to promote it. Are you going to do ads? Are you just going to talk about it on TikTok, Instagram Reels, Instagram Stories, and over here on YouTube? I don't know. You have to figure those things out. You need to start mapping out that process. I can help you with that as well. Then you want to prepare your delivery method. So once the product is ready, you've done your description, your ad, however you're going to market it, you need to have a link and you need to test it. You need to make sure that you are selling your product somewhere people can find it. So the link to your product that you're selling should be in every link in bio on every platform you're using. I don't know which ones you're using, but whichever ones you are, you need to have that link everywhere. Okay? You need to have that link everywhere. So for me personally, I use Stan. I use my Stan store because it does everything that I needed to do. And they're not taking heavy percentages off the top like Etsy. Sorry, Etsy. It's not Beacons. It's not Linktree. It's Stan. And I watched the owner, co-founder of Stan, like build this during the TikTok days of COVID. It was amazing to me because he put everything in it that I needed, right? I set up my Square, my PayPal, my money goes right into my account. I don't have to wait. And they give you the option to be an affiliate. So you can earn even more income if people click on your other link, or once they go to your Stan store, you can sign up with your own Stan store from the person you're buying from. They get a commission, then you're going to get a commission, because then more people are going to sign up when you put the link on your page. It's a win-win, you guys. I use Stan. You literally can just deliver the product to someone in Google Drive, right? And you can just set up a PayPal link. That's it to get your products. You don't have to do anything fancy. You don't have to do anything over the top. I just use Stan Store because it now allows me to create a community for you guys where you can be invited into the community after you purchase any products from me, which I just absolutely love. I don't have to go back and try to find all the emails. I literally, when you sign up, I can put you in a community where like-minded people or people like you are looking for products and for help. And my InstaProfit Lab can do that for you. And then I want you to make sure that you test it. Buy it from yourself if you have to. Test it. Make sure it lands in the person's email. Make sure they can click on the link to look at the product. Make sure everything is correct. And then you're good to go. And then look at this photo. You have goals, you have dreams, you have visions. I put this picture there on purpose because you're ready to launch. Here's my bonus tip. I had to do bonus, you guys. I had to. Use these tips to stay productive, aligned, and inspired. Start small. A short, focused product is better than an unfinished big one. Batch your work. You hear that word batch a lot, right? Batch means create a week's worth of content in one day so that you're not constantly running on the hamster wheel trying to figure out what you're doing from day to day. Map everything out, plan it out. And then once it works for you, you sell that product to somebody else. Okay? Write all the content first, then format and design after. If there's nothing else you take away, do it in this order. Write the content first. Once you have your ideas, you have your niches, you've figured out who your pain points are that you're solving, you have your audience, write it all out first. Fine tune it, use your AI tools, then put it in the design format before you sell it. Voice to text. Talk your content out loud. If writing slows you down, it's okay. It's okay to do that. Until you get better at writing or using the AI tools to help you write, to enhance and finesse your writing, it's okay to talk it out. It's okay. I encourage it. Stick to your niche. You don't need to be in finance if that's not your niche. You can come over here to the dark side and be in the digital marketing world with me because I love it. I can talk about it all day long. Don't pick a niche that you are going to wake up one day and say, I hate teaching people about fitness and I hate working out, but I know we have to do it. That to me is not the niche for you. Okay? Even though you're going to research and you're going to look at the top 3 to 5 niches that have a high conversion rate to make you money. But if it's something you know nothing about, if it is something that you don't really have an interest in, why do that? It's like going back to a 9-to-5 job that you hate. And then use the power of routine. Block time for creation without distractions. So pick a date, pick a time where there's no one around you. That means you have to go to a co-working space or find just a quiet place with good lighting to focus, to write. If you're doing videos and recording, don't do things when there's distractions. Because then to me, you're not being your best self because you're thinking and doing all these other things. The TV's on and the food is cooking in the background and kids are running around. You don't want to do that. You need to find a quiet place where you can be focused. And guess what? Don't worry about selling. Don't worry about it. If your product is good, it is naturally going to convert. If you're selling as far as like how you talk about what it is that you do on video, if there's somebody that's going to use video, which I encourage, people will naturally flock to you, your personality, even if you do faceless or you're not on camera, but you still talk to people, you do faceless marketing, your content, maybe you're really good at graphics and Canva, whatever that is, and you just have a system that really works and people need it because you can solve their pain point, they're going to naturally gravitate for you. It's naturally going to convert to customers. Now, if you want a shortcut to some of this, it's popular, you've heard about it, and you're not comfortable creating from scratch, and you just sometimes feel frustrated, like you don't know how to use Canva, you don't want to learn it, or you want someone else to do it for you. That's what done for you is. That's what master resale rights and private label rights are. It's where somebody like me creates a product, you like it, you like what it says, and once you purchase it, you can resell it. Can't use the same name, you have to change the cover page, and obviously you don't want to have other people's links in your product, but that's minimal. That's very minimal to have to fix. Then it's okay, and it's okay if you find something in your niche and you want it to already be done for you, but you're just going to customize and tweak it so it's really your personality and your style, it's okay to do that. So if it's something that you would like to learn more about, go into my community in my Stand store. You can sign up to join that community. And we sort of just put all of the tools and resources that you need there, and it's okay. Okay? You get 100% of the profits. Once you buy the template, it's yours to resell. That's it. Okay? So do not shame people who do that. Do not make people feel bad because there's nothing wrong with it. It wouldn't exist if it was illegal. It is legal. As long as you follow the rules, it's okay. So I really hope that today you found something helpful in what I had to say about creating your first digital product. I really hope that you feel like you can do it. I know that you can. I'm confident that you can. I'm confident that you want more and to do better for yourself. You want to earn more money. And maybe you just want to have some travel money. You don't need money for anything else because you've got it all together. And you just want not to use your income from your career or your job to travel. You just want to earn an extra $3,000 a month so that twice a year you can take that grand trip and you don't have to max out your credit cards, or you want an extra 5,000 a month, or maybe you only need an extra 50,000 for the year. I don't know your situation, but guess what? Whatever your heart desires, you can do it. I know that you can. And I want to be the person that can help you. I'm Shannon Nelson. I'm your coach here in the Insta Profit Lab. I hope you found something helpful in this video. I hope you feel energized. I hope that you believe that you can create your first digital product. I know you can. I hope you will continue to join me here on this platform. Please subscribe. Share this video with someone that you know can do this and wants to do it. If it's not for you, that's okay. You can do whatever you want to do. Maybe it's not here, but you can do whatever you want. But if you like what you heard, what you saw, then guess what? Oh, and by the way, this PDF, this presentation that we just went through, if you go to my Stand store, guess what? You can get it for free. It's there. It's the very first product. You can get it for free, download it, use it as a reference, and get going. I believe that you can do it. So guess what? Until next time, I will see you in the Insta Profit Lab.